we go. That's better. So, while we wait for people to join.
Yes, go on.
just in case anybody joins while the puppy is here. What a sweet puppy. She's so sleepy. And we didn't even work today. Yeah. Got a big day of work tomorrow, though.
Do we?
Yes. Got 10 pounds of garlic to plant. Whoa. 2 cases of peonies to plant.
Yeah, so you'll be busy.
Got a lot of holes to dig.
Allegedly.
Oh.
So yeah. So we should we talk?
Yeah, I mean.
So you're probably watching this on the replay since there's no one here right now.
Right.
So welcome and thank you for joining us.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Anyway, so we decided after all these videos of people with garlic and there was a lot of people who posted videos, and like a lot of our good friends posting videos about garlic, and a lot of people are asking us like, hey, did you plant garlic?
I know, how many times did we get asked that by how many people? And every time we say no, it's like, no, sorry.
So we decided to go ham and bought 10 pounds of organic garlic from Keen Garlic. So that's a thing. And so we've never done garlic before, so hopefully it'll go well. And so I think you break up all the individual cloves, right?
Yeah, let me grab one.
Grab the garlic. So Catherine's gonna go grab the garlic. And
oh goodness.
Yeah. So if you ever wondered what 10 pounds of garlic looks like, this is what 10 pounds of garlic looks like. Coming after you, City said.
I know.
So
it's like regular garlic that you would get from like the grocery store, but instead of like using it, you just like break up the individual cloves.
Yeah. And
bury them, and then each clove should then become a head of garlic. Hey Jesse, thanks for coming. Hi Robin, how are you?
So yeah, the company said that you can either eat this or plant it, but if you're gonna eat it, you have to eat it by the end of the year. And so this is a hard neck. Or is it a variety? I can't remember.
There's a little tag in here. Dunganaski, purple stripe, 9 to 10 large/medium cloves per bulb, approximately 70 to 80 cloves per pound. That's disgusting.
Holy shit.
70 to 80 cloves per pound, and we bought 10 pounds.
So that's 700 to 800.
So theoretically, if each clove turns into a head of garlic, we're going to end up with up to 800 heads of garlic.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, that just made me want to throw up a little bit.
Well, one of the things we thought of was like, we didn't sell any produce really this past year. We did really well with seedlings, so we're going all in on that this year too. But garlic seemed like one of those things that maybe would be cool for local people to buy locally. You know, like there's plenty of farms over here, and they all sell kale and carrots and vegetables and all kinds of stuff. But I don't know of anybody that does garlic around here really.
And I think one of the things that would be good about garlic, which is maybe why we had a little bit of problems with selling other produce at the stand.
Hey, Freedom Foods Farm, how you doing?
And Southern Blessed, hi, how are you? Southern Blessed, maybe have your wife email us and we could share some with you.
Yeah.
Because we probably overbought.
Probably got too much.
Hi, Sweet Pea Farm, how are you? So what I was saying, so one time we put like a bunch of green beans packed into little like pints, but our farm stand is just like a table at the side of the road. So then it sits in the sun and like basically bakes.
Right.
I think this would maybe be a little bit more like table stable.
Table stable?
Yeah, like shelf stable, but table stable.
No, it's table stable.
Table stable.
Stable on a table.
Exactly. So.
Right. So like if we have them out all day, they're not going to be scorched messes by the end of the day.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Sweet Pea Farms, this will be our first shot at it, so we're interested.
It was also much warmer.
I know when we bought
when we bought this.
When we bought it, I was like walking dogs in t-shirts, and now it's like 30 degrees outside. So hopefully we'll be able to get it into the ground.
It's supposed to be warmer tomorrow and the next day, so that's why Kat was saying earlier that tomorrow might be a busy
the day of work.
Day.
So let me finish reading this. It says medium flavored heirloom garlic, sweet and zesty, great for roasting into a nutty, buttery flavor and baking and sautéing. Mid-season harvest, grows well in warmer regions.
Oops.
I didn't do much reading of the description. I was just like looking.
10 pounds of garlic, yeah. Great.
Yeah, looking for garlic that was available in bulk.
Well, maybe we'll just plant it a little deeper.
Sure, whatever. I don't know. It's cute though. I like how purple it is.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, you got lime. Nice.
Yes.
That's great.
How many?
And thank you.
Series wakayas.
Yeah.
How many?
Well, so they said they got llamas to protect them, but
interesting.
So they will be getting them soon. That's exciting.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm sitting far away from the phone today, so I won't be able to read the comments. Like the eyes.
No. So they're great animals and lots of fun, and also pretty easy. So that's good. And we actually just found out. So we to take an alpaca detour. We had previously gotten this really good second cut Vermont hay, and we were worried because they weren't going for like the cheap Agway stuff, but we actually ended up they had to get the Agway stuff because our Vermont guy was sold out, and then they are going for it. And there was whoa.
Well, what?
Just every time I touch it. And so Sweet Pea Farm, we spun the fiber from one of our girls this past year, or we had a fiber mill do it, and that worked out really well. So we're probably going to spin all of our girls' fiber next year, or in 2021, and see if that's something that we can sell, because that went pretty well this year.
Yeah, we have 5 alpacas, and we had 4 of them. We just sold the blankets to the fiber mill, and then the last one we had her spin it, and she gave it back to us as yarn. Gave it to us. Like, wasn't that nice of her to give it to us?
But we ended up making money on that transaction, so it was
Keto Homestead with Jess.
It was $35 to get them shorn per piece, and then we sold the 4 blankets for $35 each, and then it was like $100 or whatever. And then
the spinning wheel.
So we need a wheel. Spinning is so fun. What we need is the time.
Yeah.
And the patience. I don't have the patience.
The lady who spun it for us, she's not doing it on a wheel. She has probably a dozen or more pieces of huge equipment. She gave me a tour of her facility, which was like so interesting. And if you ever get a chance to tour like a real fiber mill, this was the absolute coolest thing. Do you want to answer that question?
Yeah, so we got from Macy, who had really nice fiber. She's a wakaya, and she's very tall and big. And that was incorporated with like a little bit of Linda, who is white wakaya. I think we got 18 skeins of like 90 yards each. Mm-hmm. So we got math, like 2,000 yards of semi-thick. We don't really know all the terms, but it was like a not super chunky, but medium-sized yarn.
Yeah, not like thin sock yarn, but also not like super chunky yarn.
It's like whatever she thought that the fiber mill person, since it was our first year, we had no idea. She thought that would be the most easy to sell, that most people would use.
Yeah, she sort of, we sort of were like, we're flexible,
we're a little
do the normal thing,
right? And
she did it.
Yeah.
So, but her setup was so, I wish you could have seen it.
Yeah.
The equipment, the pieces, it's a full operation. She washes the yarn, she cards it there, she can dye it there. But the process of like separating it and spinning it, and then you twist it, it's all these different pieces of machinery. It was like
Wild.
It was wild to
Yeah.
be in there with her.
It's a lot of work because we also the benefit of her is we didn't have to clean any of it. So
Yeah, she just took it.
yeah, just went right from the shearer onto the mat and then into a bag and then to her and then came back. It was nice. Freedom Foods Farm. I don't remember where you're at, but I know up here there's the New England Fiber Association or something like that. There's fiber sharing places all over the country where you can send your stuff in and they will send you either credits so that you can buy alpaca products or they can
right.
send you something made of your girls' or boys' fiber. So there's all kinds of fiber sharing places out there, and there's probably a mill somewhere near you, even if you're in the middle of nowhere. There's all kinds of places out there. Yeah.
Okay. So I brought over, the other thing I brought over was we ordered. This is gonna make a mess on the couch,
Sure
but
is. Brains.
isn't this wild? This is a bare root. Yeah, sorry, I'll sweep when we're done. This is a bare root peony. So, see all those little like reddish spots? This is like hamster shavings in here.
Right into my water.
Oh, you're okay. So all the like little red spots like right there, those are eyes. So these should hopefully put up, smells like dirt, right?
Fragrant dirt.
I sort of think it smells like earthy.
Well, yeah. This is a sweet potato.
So these are our bare root peonies.
She didn't think that was funny.
John is going to plant them all for me tomorrow in our flower field. Oh, you should also say about the pumpkins.
What about the pumpkins?
We picked the spot where we're going to try pumpkins for the first time for real.
Yeah, we're gonna try pumpkins for the first time for real. We got a little patch
No.
next to our alpaca barn where we previously had a bunch of flowers. We had snapdragons. And you want to see if maybe she needs to go outside?
You want to go outside?
Sorry. Catherine's gonna take the puppy outside. Phoebe Kearns on, what's up? So we found a spot that we're gonna try to grow pumpkins. It would be nice, in New England, everybody grows pumpkins, but we never have successfully, so I'm gonna try to do that. We had other zinnias and some dahlias and stuff there this past year, so yeah. Yeah, we tried a bunch of different times to grow pumpkins and it just didn't work. I don't know if we just put them where we have like stupid soil. We have some really poorly draining soil on our property, so sometimes that prohibits things from growing. Very not fun, but so I know we did have at least one set of pumpkins there. I think last year or the year before,
When
maybe.
we planted them all around, yeah.
We have used a tiller to like prep the ground, but yeah, only when we're like first building an in-ground garden, we'll till up like all the grass and just make the stuff all soft. We don't have anywhere where we exclusively just like till all the time.
But the tiller we have is also like this wide, so it's not like...
It's like the little Honda,
Yeah. You get it from like
5
Home Depot
horsepower,
for like $80. It's not like a real tiller. But
right. Little baby tiller.
the giant area that John fenced in, that's hopefully going to be mostly cut flowers next year, we're doing all cardboard and mulch now, so that way by the time spring rolls around,
Kill all the grass.
kill all the grass and we can do compost rows. So that should be exciting. Because this is my second round of peonies. We had about that same amount come in a few weeks ago, and I've already got them in the ground over there. And we're going to do these ones in the ground in a different spot.
We are zone 6B. So we're near Danbury, Connecticut.
Southeast Connecticut.
Yeah. Southwest.
I always get that wrong.
Yeah. So 6B is where they put us. So, Anyway, so we got those peonies, and tomorrow it should be warmer. And so it'll be garlic and peony day at lunchtime and after work.
Yeah.
Any
Yep.
benefits from working from home?
Got to get it all into the ground, though.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anybody good sitting in our kitchen.
Sure is not.
Well, besides the garlic, I mean, I guess that would be fine in the kitchen overall.
You think we can use 10 pounds of garlic in like 20 days?
Then nobody's going to, like, come for you if the garlic doesn't get eaten by the end of the year. Oh.
What do we do for a real job? So I'm a graphic designer and a production manager at a printing company.
He's going to try to let the puppy out one more time. She peed when I took her out, but now she's standing by the door again. And constant let-outs for puppies is the only way that we know to potty train. So yeah, John does graphic design and production management for a printing company. I have a job as a property manager. I help manage apartment buildings. I work for like an owner developer who's got like 90 units, and I answer all the tenant calls, complaints. I help oversee repairs, and then I also walk dogs in my, spare time, all the spare time that I have. But it's good. I have a Kuni piglet. Oh, your house training. You're gonna have an indoor pig. We have a friend who lives. We have a friend who owns a little animal sanctuary, and she has indoor pigs, and they're so stinking cute. I love an indoor pig. We had talked about it. Somebody sent me a link to a like a teacup pig. That somebody was rehoming, or like there was an owner, but the owner had like died, so the family was trying to find. And somebody linked it to me. I was like, please get this pig. And I was like, yes, but we didn't. By the time I found the post, there were like thousands of comments already. So the I Am Samanis, that was on our list of things to talk about. The eggs are with us. We set them, I guess, like 21 days ago now, because they're starting to hatch. We had accidentally on Thanksgiving, somebody had unplugged the incubator to plug in like a countertop appliance for an unknown but possibly long period of time. It was probably somewhere between like 2 hours or overnight that the incubator was unplugged. So we're a little concerned that our hatch rate is going to be a stinker. So we were expecting the eggs to hatch today. We've got, I think, 4 out right now, which is great. And we're usually, if your incubator doesn't hold temperature super well, that'll just like slow down your hatch if it doesn't ruin it completely. So we're hoping that between overnight, tonight, and tomorrow we'll get more. But so far we've got, and it was 17 I Am Samnanis, and we had 4 Norman eggs just like thrown in for good measure. So of the 4 eggs that have hatched, 2 are Normans, of course. And 2 I Am Samani. So we're not sure we're going to end up with like the full breeding flock that we were really hoping for, but yeah, chicks hatching is pretty much the best. Like basically right before we started, I like went over and was eyeing them, and somebody had like just popped out of the shell. It's just like, oh, it's such a cool process. And we got some chicks in the mail today, this morning. So that was exciting. It was our first time ever ordering from mypetchicken.com. So we'll let you know how that goes, because we're still waiting to find out totally how it's going.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Field Family
Farm. Hello, how are you? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I've heard from several people that it's sort of like a tough breed to hatch for some reason. I'm not sure what would make a certain breed harder to hatch than another breed. Yeah, but I mean, well, hopefully, so the farm that we bought these eggs from, on day 7, she was like, oh, yeah, first eggs, we saw that, we commented. Yes. Yay. And is that purple thing, is that your nesting box? That's not your coop, right? I was confused. But so the woman who we got the I Am Samani eggs from, she had reached out to us and was like, on day 7, like, candle the eggs and tell me how it goes. So she definitely like cares about her hatch rate.
Yeah,
right?
Which is nice.
Yeah, because she had included, we bought 12 eggs from her, and she included 18, which is just like,
it's nice.
Yeah, so nice. And 17 made it through the 7-day candling, and so far 2 out. So we'll see what happens. But honestly, if not more than 2 come out, that's like that. I feel like that's on us because of the incubator unplug incident.
Yep.
So we'll just do the best we can. I'll do what we can. Yeah, that's the nesting box. My father-in-law is supposed to build one, but he never did. So no, it's cute. It looks good. It's like a tub with like a thing cut out. I think that's perfect. And
whatever works.
Yeah, so we have 2 coops right now, and our nesting boxes in one of the coops are like flower pots turned on their side with little curtains hanging. Yep. And in the other coop, it's milk crates turned on their side. So, I mean, I don't
Chickens don't care.
Right? They're like, yeah, this fits my butt, so I'll lay an egg here.
Exactly. So. And even though we have, however many chickens, we have however many nesting boxes, they still just fight over 1.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Have you been in the shed coop lately? Yeah, there's somebody's trying to.
In the bottom left.
Yeah. We've got a hen who's broody right now, and it's weird because I don't think we've ever had a broody hen in that coop. I think it's because they've got Jeffrey now.
Yeah. What was it, Moran, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so that coop has a rooster for the first time ever, and now all of a sudden we have a broody hen, and she's probably like wants to make some babies.
Well, he has been going after the Morans too.
Going after in like a chicken wow wow, not in like an aggressive way.
Right, that's correct. He's a gentleman, as far as we know, as it looks.
Yeah, he only says nice things about them. Right. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Never heard.
No, but there's so many channels out there we can't even keep up. Ooh, Jeffrey, get it? Yeah. It's funny to watch him get it, and Norman. When I was running back and forth getting all those things from the greenhouse, Norman was like.
Norman was like,
so
what?
Usually when chickens mate, it's just like a wham bam, thank you ma'am, and then they get on with their lives. He was like
taking his time.
He was. It was almost like they were like post-copulating cuddling. You know? I don't know. Sorry. Anyway. So
chicken sex.
Yeah. Are we
gonna get banned for that?
Demonetized? We're not monetized anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right. I know we're a little off topic. Let's get back to what we were planning on talking about.
The cloquet. The cloquet, the organs that they have.
Oh, I have no idea. So.
And no.
No, not monetized.
Almost. Getting there.
Yeah. Check them out. We had an awesome chicken coop that will be great for I Am Samani chicks. Yeah, so because we're in such a cold climate, this is like a crazy time of year to be trying to do chicks.
Yeah.
So our chicks are going to be in our mudroom for months, probably.
Yeah. Wow.
A long time. So we have to keep them, like 90 degrees or something for the first couple weeks, and then
95 for the first week, and then -5 degrees for every week after that.
Yeah, so, and we had originally planned on, we put a little brooder into our window greenhouse, and we were like, oh, this will be perfect. We had 2 heat lamps, we had one of those little heat plates, and we dried the space heater out there. But it was stinking cold today, and even with all of that running, we couldn't get the temperature to be an appropriate temperature for baby chicks.
Well, it was... Eventually, it was able to get up to temperature, but we just worried about, like, at nighttime if it gets, like, below
even
20.
Colder and the sun isn't out to help with the ambient temperature.
Didn't want to take the risk.
Yeah.
So.
But maybe once they're a little bit older and they don't have to be, like, quite as warm, maybe we'll revisit that, because it'll be, the bedroom is not, like, a big room. It's.
Well, I think the other thing we could do is build something so that it has insulation.
Like sides.
Yeah, because we just have like, some old.
A box.
All of our brooders are made with like recycled materials that we have kind of just laying
like
around.
Scrap wood.
Right, so maybe we can do something that's more
intentional
and has like a ceiling and a better way to keep in heat. That would probably be worthwhile.
Yeah, White House on the Hill, they have their brooder like in a shed. It's like this smaller little shed, and then they have the brooder like built into it.
Yeah.
So we do something like that.
Because we could also do something where it would make even just like a small building that's more well insulated and less prone to heat or fire hazard, so we can have more heat in there.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Pebbles. You want to say hi? Want to say hi to everybody? And on Instagram, John put up the cutest picture of
Did I?
Yeah, Peanut and Pebbles cuddling while they were sleeping. So cute.
Just in case you guys don't know, a lot of the times when I do something, she really is doing it.
I am without social media, so.
Right. So Catherine runs our Instagram page.
Runs.
Runs our massive Instagram
I know,
page.
like our huge following.
Influencers.
Yeah.
Ow! Oh, that hurt.
No needle teeth, please.
Sheesh.
Yep. And so last week when we were live, I don't think they're here this week, but even our friends, even the Sparrow, Jess and Dustin, were in here with us, and we were talking about different hatcheries and like who recommends what, and they brought up Cackle Hatchery, which is local to them in Missouri. Yep. Which is local to them in Missouri, and we had never ordered from them. We usually do Murray McMurray and Meyer Hatchery. And then the Silked White Easter Eggers and the Olive Eggers were the first time we had ever ordered from My Pet Chicken. But they were like, oh, we always get from Cackle Hatchery. So somebody went on to Cackle Hatchery's website, and they had a great price on silky bantam chickens. And for anybody who is not aware, bantam chickens are like basically half-size chickens. Yeah, so instead of being like a normal full-size chicken, yeah, they're half-size. What did the lady on the phone tell me? 3 to 4 pounds?
Sure.
Or like maybe a max
right.
of 3 pounds to be a bantam. So we have, should I say how many?
Why not?
I don't know.
Too many.
We have a bunch of those coming, so those should be super cute. And we got a color variety pack. Because another thing we talked about last week is how I'm basically a sucker for a variety pack. And like anything that comes in a variety pack, I'm like, yes. So they come in...
More is more.
More. More is more. They come in buff, which is brown, and then splash, which is like gray and blue and white, and then white, black, and gray. Right?
Yep.
So...
And so we got a mix of those, and you know, we thought about it and talked and went back and forth on whether we wanted to
isolate colors. And a lot of what we saw online was people sold a lot of mixes. So, and it was just kind of like you get what you get, and you know, you might end up with a white, a brown, a black, a blue, or a splash. And so it's kind of cool, you know, a little bit of mystery there. And I think that's, you know, for selling hatching eggs, I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, and I was asking my friends who like aren't necessarily chicken people. We're the only like crazy chicken people
in the family.
Like that we know. We don't have like local people around us who are like doing this also. But I asked some of my friends, Jessie, who was here, and my friend Susie, and then my sister who lives up in Boston, and I was like, you know, if you had this option of colors, and I would like send them the link. I'm like, these are the colors you could choose from. Like, which do you think is the best?
Different answers from every single
Everybody
one.
gave a different answer. Like, some people would be like, these 2 colors, and then somebody else would be like, no, those 2 colors, and then somebody was like, a blend of all the colors. And John, you said either what, brown or white?
The gray or white is is like the classic silky colors for me.
And like, if I was to pick, white would be last on my list because we have the Silked White Easter Eggers. So I'm like, why would we get white? So, I don't know. Now we have all of them. So, compromise,
well, we
right?
will have all of them.
Yeah.
They come in the spring. Right?
February. Yeah, my birthday.
Spring-ish.
Yeah, my birthday is February, and I was like, oh, there's a February. What was it, like 8th hatch date?
10th.
10th. So.
The day after.
Happy birthday to me, babies.
Babies.
So yeah, should be pretty exciting.
Yep. Yep. So that'll be good.
Mhm. And then I don't know. Do we want to talk about the Olive Eggers and the different breeds that we think we have?
Yeah. So, and I guess it was something I didn't realize was that Olive Eggers were like Easter Eggers in that we got them from My Pet Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So they raised a bunch of different breeds to have this olive egg, and they said like for F1s, which I think is the first generation, there's a 1 in 16 chance that they'll lay brown eggs.
Which would be a bummer.
Would be a bummer, but it's one of those things. But there was a whole bunch of different breeds like Well Summers, Morans, I can't remember.
Yeah, those are the two that we got, so those are the two that we remember.
Because we got the silk white Easter eggers, which were all white.
Right, very easy
silky,
to identify.
And then there was like 7 black ones, and then like 3 chipmunk-looking ones. So it's like, we were a little confused as to that, but it seems like
yeah, I was highly confused when I opened the box, because also when you're ordering chicks online, you can say like either you'll accept substitutions or you won't. So I clicked no because I'm like that when I'm.
Hey.
Excuse me. Just killer.
Yeah.
I just felt like being like that, because we wanted olive eggers. We want that variety in our egg basket because we have every other color except white basically right now.
Yeah, because right now all of our youngest chickens that are starting to lay are the Morans, so we're getting a ton of dark brown eggs, but much less white and blue. And we had a couple of olive eggers that laid really
Easter eggers,
sorry. And so we also had we have like 2 olive eggers that lay the green eggs and ham.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do. But they're very, very light, so, and I actually haven't seen them in a long time, so maybe they are some that we sold or something. So maybe we don't. Just forget that I ever said anything.
So olive eggers, ouch. Why are you so bitey? Olive eggers are a mix of, when they're in the F1 phase, they're a mix of those dark brown egg layers like the Morans. This puppy, she is such a mess.
It's a hot mess.
Yeah, so the Morans blended with the Easter eggers, because apparently what a Moran is, when you get that super dark coating, the eggshell isn't actually that really dark, rich brown chocolatey color. That's like a coating that they put on top of the egg. So the way you get the olive egger is you put that coating instead of on like a regular brown or white egg, you put that coating on an Easter egg, and that's what makes it come out that olive color.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
It is.
And our friend Kate, we do have a local friend who farms. Our friend Kate, she has some olive eggers, and I'm very jealous of them. They're so beautiful. The eggs.
She was supposed to get us some, but when she got some, they were in such high demand that they didn't have enough.
Yeah, she was like, guys, Agway has chicks. Do you need anything? And I was like, olive eggers. Yeah. And
I'm gonna go pick up some olive eggers from the store. Do you guys need anything? Yeah,
olive eggers. Yeah, and she was like, oh, there were only a few when I got there, and I want them all. She has an emu. She is so stinking cool. She has a mini horse and a full-size horse or 2.
And an emu.
And emus and ducks. She just got a peacock.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's pretty cool. Emus are in the dream at some point. They're pretty cool.
But their fencing requirements intimidate me.
Yeah. It's pretty serious fencing.
Yeah, because right now, thank God we've never had an alpaca get loose, but every once in a while I'm like feeding the chickens or watering the chickens, I'll be like going into their door and they'll just like and like dart right out. Can you imagine?
If an emu did that?
If an emu did that, you'd have to like call the police to help them. So when our chickens get out, we just like kind of walk towards them with big arms.
Well, I also found that me hopping is a good way of getting them.
Very effective way of getting them to go back. But like if an emu, we'd be like this, and the emu would be like,
see ya.
Yeah, like what of it? And they're fast.
They're fast.
So.
Flightless birds.
Fast flightless birds. So we'll have to just be careful if we do someday. Because Kate was telling me that there's an emu farm in Pennsylvania, and she was like basically trying to come up with an excuse to go get more emus. It was like, oh well, if you guys want some emus, then we could go get some.
But the emu that she has is elderly.
Yeah.
And friendly. So that's definitely a thing. Rather than young and spunky and running around and trying to take over the world.
Yeah, when we went over there, and the other thing that was so cute, so the day that I went over to help her with her horse, she was like, oh, do you want to give an apple to the emu? And I was like, yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I do. But I was just like so not sure of how to do it. Like, I don't know, I felt like, oh, have I never been around an animal before in my life. And so, you know how I like take a bite out of the apple and then dip it and like.
I do.
Yeah, so you just take a bite and then like take it out in your hand and it'll eat your pre-bitten apple pieces.
You sound like a crazy person right now.
I know, but it made me feel like, you know how some birds will like
regurgitate.
Yeah, they'll like.
So you felt like a mama emu.
Like, here, let me put this apple into manageable bite-sized pieces for you. Whatever.
She's
dude.
so sweet.
I want an emu. I think it would be super cool.
I'm down.
But I don't just want one emu. When I just said I want an emu, what I actually meant was I want a
6
flock of emus.
Right.
You're shaking your head no, like you would not immediately allow me to have an emu if I figured it out.
If you get a flock of emus, I got a tractor.
If we get 10 acres, you can get a tractor.
I want a tractor.
I want 10 acres.
I want both of those things. But I also tractor.
But it wouldn't make sense to have a tractor here.
It would make total sense.
Where would we even keep it?
Whatever.
We turned our garage into a living room.
Which we are in right now.
Right, yes, that's where we are. We're in our living room, which used to be our garage. So there is no space to park a tractor anywhere here. You can't just build
We get a
things.
carport.
A temporary car.
Yeah.
So
the town defines a temporary structure, which then does not need a zoning permit, as a structure that is there for 6 months out of the year. So we put it in X spot for 6 months, and then after 6 months, move it a couple feet to the right. Foolproof plan, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine any problems coming up with it.
Come at me, bro. Come at me, Zoe. Ning.
Shouldn't be so aggressive.
No, we like Amy. She's nice. Amy's our zoning person. She's very, very personable and very helpful over the phone. So we would never do something like that. The only reason why I joke about that is because we did have a conversation about having a carport on our property before, and the thing about the 6 months came up, and she was like, "Are you really gonna move it every 6 months?" And I was like,
If that's what it takes.
Not that we're petty or anything, just that.
But we've literally had this conversation with the zoning department.
Yeah. Right. So what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we can't have emus here, so what's the point in living?
It's quite a jump.
Yeah.
You got a problem with this?
No, I just don't want it to hit me.
It's not gonna hit
Okay.
you. What do you guys think? You guys have emus? Anybody have emus out there?
I know if anybody does have an emu, that would be pretty excellent.
Anybody want a dog?
That would also be excellent.
For your good home.
And we haven't been back to the vet, unfortunately, so we don't have an up-to-date weight on...
Friday.
Oh, is
Did
that
you see that email?
appointment
Yeah,
Friday?
we gotta confirm it. Friday at 9.
Oh.
It's you.
Is that me?
It's not me. Very busy.
Oh, I was trying to think of what was on my schedule for Friday morning, but it's,
Gosh.
Oh, look.
Have we been missing all these comments?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, our comments were somehow turned off. Hi, Rob Poley. Thank you for coming. And
Sorry, we missed all those comments.
Mulberry Branch Farm. Hi, how are you? Oh, I feel so bad that we were, like, not seeing comments.
Yeah.
I thought everybody was just, like, listening to us.
Yeah, I thought we were just, like, talking. Everybody was just sitting there. Do it, yeah. Oh my God, we missed so many.
Oh, no. So sorry. We were not
Yeah.
intentionally ignoring all these comments.
Yes. So hopefully they, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep, oh my God.
I don't have emus, but worked with them in the past. They don't.
And if they don't have lots of room, they make a nasty, muddy mess.
Oh, I hate a nasty, muddy mess in a pen. That's very
soup.
good to know. Yeah, right. Poop soup. So I don't know if anybody was here last week.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, we forgot to talk about that. Yeah.
We were, Dahlia was here last week, welcome to Chickenlandia, and we were like grilling her about what to do with mud in the runs, and she recommended pressed pine pellets, and so immediately I left the live chat and went to the store.
Next day.
Directly to the store, and I bought 10 bags of these pressed pine pellets, and we put them down. We had a basically 24-hour period where it rained every single minute
Yep.
for 24 hours straight. And whenever that happens, our whole side property floods. Our chicken runs turn into, stinky, yucky.
Because again, we have a lot of poorly draining soil.
Right. So typically when that happens, what we do is then we pile hay on top, and then it's like nice and fluffy and fun, and they dig and scratch through it, and it's so much better. But this time we put down these pressed pine pellets, and they sort of like broke down, but they really like absorbed the liquid, and it was like firm walking on it. So instead of stepping on like squishy, muddy, stinky, like hay nastiness.
So it's nice because the pellets are all there, and then the ones that are on the bottom absorb the moisture, and then they break down and spread out.
Barrier almost.
Yeah. And so then it slows everything down, and like as they absorb moisture, they sort of break down and then expand. So it's been really nice to have those. Huge difference. So if you have some mud problems, pine pellets.
Yes. So I guess that's something that we could consider with emus. But I wonder how much, I'm sure we could Google it, but like how much land per emu. And I don't know if emus are like alpacas where you have to keep like boys and girls separate, or like...
Don't know anything about emus.
Yeah, we would have to do some research, I suppose. But it makes me nervous, like the incubator situation. Look at your face. Pellets are so much better than my shavings. I use them in my brooder.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. We have a brooder going right now, and it's got pine shavings in it. And whenever
the water and the pine shavings.
The water, man.
God.
These little baby chicks, they like fling these pine shavings up into the water like it's some kind of sport.
And they're all super good at it.
Yeah, they're all Olympians at pine shaving flicking into water. It's like hole in one every time for the entire time, and then the pine shavings get wet, and then we're like, bro, if you had just like not done that, your brooder would be nice and clean still.
Right. Yeah. Because they're too little to make like all the poop nastiness. So it's just like they get the pine shavings in the water, and then the water goes. Oh.
Interesting. I like pine pellets in the brooder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this live chat and go directly to, because I think so. Like I said, I bought 10 bags of, because those pressed pine pellets, the bags were only $6 each, which is like.
It's basically a bale of hay or
pine shavings, which is what we were doing anyway, but it's lasting so much longer. It's already better. And
so we only used like half. We used 5, right?
I think so, yeah, because I put
2 in one coop. Because we have a coop that has a lot more coverage, so it's less money, and then we have one that has a lot of open areas and it gets way more money. So, yeah, I think we'll definitely do the pine pellets. And another thing that Dahlia told us was that a little bit of pine pellets goes a long way, which was good. She told us that before we.
Yeah, but I went pretty heavy-handed anyway, just because I wanted it to be nice and fresh and clean. Yeah. So fresh and so clean.
Name the band.
I could. What's it from?
Outcast.
Oh.
Ain't nobody don't ask me. Anyway. So, yeah, maybe we'll change those out. That'll be good.
Yeah, or maybe even if we just like add them.
Yeah.
So there's like some fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a game changer.
I know. If anybody is looking to buy company stock, maybe in pine pellet companies, because we're all of a sudden going to be like, pine pellets, yes, bring them. And you know, I think we filmed us putting them down, and then we filmed like a little bit, but we wanted to give it, before we were like, yes, we recommend these, we wanted to give it like at least a week. So we're going to do one more little update. We're trying to figure out which video, because the other video that we're working on right now is introducing you to all the breeds of chickens on our farm. So I did a whole bunch of research, because like, even though like we know what kind of chickens we have, sort of. We also didn't want to be like, this is a leghorn, it lays brown eggs, and be like, wrong. so because we have, I think I listed out 11.
Yeah, 11 or 12.
11 or 12, but then that's also like not, oh, look at this little puppy belly. That's not all the breeds of chickens we have, because like some I couldn't find, and some, I don't know, like they're just
we got a whole bunch of mixes
Yeah.
early on, so we ended up with a lot of one-offs.
Like the blends, you mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And now also, with Norman doing his thing,
All kinds of things.
we got all kinds of chickens out there. Current preferred breed of chicken. Do you have a favorite breed?
Hey, Quebec Homestead. Well, I think.
Update.
Hey, Adrian.
Yeah, tell me your favorite breed of chicken.
I think Fajita's Baby is my favorite.
But that's just a chicken.
It is just a chicken. Favorite breed? I don't know. Not Lavender Orpington. Hey.
Instantly a devil.
She just woke up from a nap, so she's ultra puppy right now. So.
And so not just Fajita's Baby?
Well, just 'cause I
Fajita,
think-
by the way, is an Appenzeller Spitzhauben.
What a nerd.
Chicken nerd.
That's what she called me when I said Appenzeller Spitz. But I don't know. Favorite chicken, favorite breed of so our Lavender Orpington is a dick.
Mean.
Yeah.
Mean.
So.
And it's funny because in this research that I was doing, I also like the other thing. A lot of websites will tell you the like general temperament of birds, and Lavender Orpington, it was like calm, docile, like easy to handle, and we were
Ours
like
is mean.
wrong,
Yeah.
wrong. Like it's just not the situation that we have. So, but what was, remember I said my least favorite? Do you remember what those were called?
The Golden Campines.
Yeah. So we have golden campines, and they're pretty, they're small, and they're fast. But they're like when we let the chickens out to free range, and then we're like, herding them all in for the night. If there is one chicken that's gonna dart away,
It's those.
it's those every single time, and they will not let you near them. They're just last to be caught, which is it's fine, it's whatever, but.
It gets old sometimes. The Mario Andretti of chicken.
Who's that?
NASCAR race car driver.
Sports. And I think, is Jeffrey my favorite chicken right now? I mean, I guess that's difficult to say with Norman standing right there.
Yeah.
Favorite breed for which purpose?
Millefleur Belgian Ducals. Love the Ducals.
Same. No, anytime anybody says somebody's name, it doesn't matter if it's sports, actor.
If it wasn't in Gilmore Girls, she doesn't know it.
I'm a pop culture, just flopper. I don't know anything. I just live in my own little tiny bubble. But it's fine. Yeah. Oh, and that was another thing. So while I was doing my chicken research with the chicken purpose, they were saying oh gosh. Puppies on the move.
Puppies on the move.
Oh, who said they loved Gilmore Girls? Yes! It's literally my favorite show in the entire world. Puppy just went upstairs. Hopefully everything's fine.
All of the numbers were taken care of outside, so.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I was doing the chicken research, it would say purpose of the birds, and we only do eggs. We don't
do meat birds.
We do not do meat birds.
Nothing against it. We
But it's not
not in our skill set or
interest set.
Yeah.
But some of the birds were dual purpose. For barred rocks were on the dual purpose, but I don't know anybody who keeps a barred rock for that. But then there were also the Welsumers, which lay the nice dark brown eggs. They were saying that that's a dual purpose bird, but I'm these chicks are $13 a piece. Who's buying one of those and then eating it? I don't know, just because when you can buy a meat bird for just a couple bucks.
Yeah, our bird rocks were nice.
Mm-hmm. We like them.
Summers we have two.
Two? We have a bunch.
Our Summers we have two. Meaning also.
Yes.
But I liked our Morans. We had one Moran that I loved because she was all black, and then she grew out of it. Because she had a black comb, black beak, everything, and then came back.
One day, and her comb turned red.
Sad.
Yeah. And the other thing I like about those are the well summers.
The brown ones.
Oh, the black ones. Which are the black ones?
Morans.
The Morans. I like how their black, like, tail feathers have that, like...
sheen.
Yeah, like, kind of like the oil slick look, where they're, like, a little bit iridescent green.
Pearlescent.
Yeah, they look wicked cool.
Like your fingernails.
Look at that shift from purple to gold.
Look at it.
Yes. Oh, is this not a nail polish reviews channel? Anyway.
No, it's not. Yeah.
That's everything on our list we had to talk about.
Yeah. So I think in terms of our favorite chickens, they really come down to the individual chickens, not
personality.
So much breeds.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Oh, and Quebec Homestead asked about tags on our videos and if that was some sort of experiment. That was probably just because I forgot to add them.
What tags?
That we didn't have tags on some of our videos. I think I only started adding them recently.
Oh.
But, yeah. Maybe it's been working out for us. But I don't know. A lot of people... 2 videos that I wasn't expecting of ours to do pretty well are our 7 things to get started with alpacas and our electric fence setup video. Jesse, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you.
Oh, bye, Jesse. Thank you.
Which I guess I was a little bit surprised by, but...
Enjoy your dinner.
Yeah. Japanese bantam. That's cool. What is HBIC?
What is HBIC? It was almost a HBCU. That's historically black colleges and universities. I don't know. I listen to NPR. You want to talk with me about pop culture if NPR doesn't talk about it? I don't know. Oh, head B in charge. That's
That's funny.
So do you have any roosters? Because if you have a head bee in charge, I wonder, because I'm trying to think of like who in the hen world is in charge out with us. You know, I can't think of anybody who's like, I run this coop.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting though. We have a lot of really nice chickens.
Yeah.
It's really just that Lavender Orpington was the only one that was rude. And only really when she was
sitting on eggs.
When she was sitting on eggs, she was like absolutely brutal, and would not like
would make you bleed if you tried to go in there and get the eggs out from under her.
But both of our roosters are nice and gentle, and maybe that's why all of our. But no, our chickens were nice before that. We, you know, I don't know what it is, but we've had pretty much really nice chickens. Because like we've said before, like we have friends who have roosters who are just absolute jerks.
Yeah, they'll like chase you.
Yeah, like I farm sat for these people once, and they told me like straight up like he's gonna go in at night and you're gonna run and shut the door as soon as you can, and then make sure you feed them in the morning before you let them out. Otherwise, he's gonna chase you around, and that's exactly what happened. And I'm 6'4", over 200 pounds, and here's this little like 6-pound rooster like coming after me. It's like, bro.
Yeah, like you want to know who for real would win this fight?
Well, he did because I ran away. But
we'll fight or flight.
Right, and they can't flight, so I flighted. Anyway.
But those golden campines that I don't really like, they're like the opposite of head bee in charge. They're like least bee in charge. Because they have like little tail feathers that point like straight out, and they if anybody has got any kind of feather picking, it's their little tail feathers are always. And I guess it's because they're so like flighty and quick that they're like, I don't have time for this and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So.
It was interesting, but they also they were a true mud pit. They had all of their stuff was at the bottom of a really steep hill, so all the water gathered there. But they had 2 giant pigs. They were a rescue farm. They had 2 giant pigs and 1 little pig, and then a bunch of chickens and ducks. And the rooster was just kind of neat. But the pigs were really nice. That was cool.
Which town was it that doesn't allow pigs? Is that Newtown?
Newtown. But also somewhere else. We were looking. Found out there's a couple towns near us that don't allow you to have pigs for whatever reason.
Not that we're like exactly thinking about.
It was both Bethel and Newtown.
Oh, Bethel. Interesting. I thought Bethel said that if you're over 10 acres, you can kind of do you.
No, that was...
Do you minus pigs?
Yeah, it was interesting. So we've been looking at some other towns' zoning rules because that's a hobby of mine now. And I know where to get like everything. It's pretty funny because like we look at a property and we're like, oh, let's go to the GIS, the Geographic Information System, and they give you all the, the lot lines and all that kind of stuff. We'd also look. Oh, thank you for stopping by, Mulberry Branch. Good to see you.
Can I interest you in some fresh
And so it's just like, some towns like ours say on 2-acre lot you can have 50 chickens and that's it. No more than that. But then in this other town that's near us, it said if you are chicken farming on 5 acres or more, unlimited chickens. So that's interesting. And same thing with like cattle and blah blah blah. I'm sure if you got to a point, they would maybe call you up and say, hey, why don't you tone it down?
Tone it down.
But because you also like, there's all kinds of like lot lines and setbacks that you have to have. Only 9, huh?
And the house
10.
of 10. But I mean, I guess.
Are you guys in like a city?
Right.
City?
And if what you're doing is like more like homesteading, and 10 chickens, unless you have a really big family, is probably enough to like
Doable.
have you to have
Yeah.
eggs and omelets and whatever.
Yeah.
In the
In
city.
the city, yeah.
Because we're trying to do like farming,
Right.
even though we're like terrible farmers.
We're on just under 2 acres. So, and we have all 50 chickens.
Yeah, but we don't. We're not doing it like for us to eat
Right,
the
right,
eggs.
right,
We're trying
right.
to like
For
profit.
Profit. Right. Yeah.
Where we like.
It's like you see all those pictures of people in the homesteading groups where it's like, here's the first egg, that $2,000 egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same kind of thing. $100 just like 5 acre.
Wait. What?
So I think it's Bitter Pill. We bought.
Tax break. Interesting. Yeah. So there's. Is you're saying that you say the like adjacent land. Because we looked at the property, not like looked at it. We said we weren't going to talk about this. Oh well. We saw a 30-acre piece of property that next to it had like a 70-acre property, and the 70-acre property like was not for sale. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna knock on their door and be like, hey, if you ever decide to sell, because how amazing would that be to have like
100 acres?
Because we live in like a fairly. I mean, this is like firmly the suburbs. Hey, Mama Z's, how are you? So like they consider basically this whole area a suburb of kind of New York City. So a lot of people who live in our area commute to and from the city. So to have like that level of acreage in this area would just be like, it's pretty unheard of. So we'll see. The lot was undeveloped and we're putting a barn on it instead of a house. And it's zoned for ag or residential. So that's cool. I like the idea of having like a whole separate piece of property with just a barn on it, because then also like you mentioned the tax credit. So if you can get your land taxed at that agricultural rate, it's just like instead of residential. And John actually just filled out a form to try to have part of our property converted into agricultural land instead of residential, because then that portion of our property will become taxed at a lower rate, which should really help, because the taxes in this area are
They wild.
80 acres in a different state. Yeah, moving to a different state is a pretty big commitment though, because everybody would have to get other jobs, unless you guys work remotely. But if everybody works remotely, I would be 80 acres, I'm gone. Like, bye, thank you. But because I have like a, regular job that I have to like go to, I don't know, we can just like pick up and move, which is sort of a drag. Because there are, and if other states were an option, like, Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, those are all sort of close to us. And man, oh man, you can get land in those states.
Yeah. We like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
But does your husband works though? I'm assuming, right? Because so he would need the convincing.
Yeah, if I were the primary breadwinner.
Like if I was just a stay-at-home farm mom.
Yeah, but
puppy devil mom.
Yeah.
Come to Texas. A little
Texas
hot.
might be on the list.
It's a little hot.
No snow.
Yeah, I don't know. I like having seasons.
Ride my motorcycle all year round.
Hi, Pepper. Pepper's beckoning me to bed. Oh, it's been an hour though. So I don't know. Did anybody hear that? I'm sure you heard that. So hi.
Come here, Pepper.
At the end of the night, Pepper will. Oh, Colorado.
Catherine loves Colorado.
My friend who was in here earlier, Jesse Cardozo, he moved from Connecticut to Colorado. And I've been out to visit him a number of times, and it's just like, I love Colorado. You wouldn't have to twist my arm to get me to move there. Like, oh, job, I'm gone, bye. But anyway, so Pepper, at the end of the night when she's ready for bed, she'll just stand at the top of the stairs and like whine and moan and cry and try to get us to come to bed. Where have you been? So my friend lives in Denver. He, ouch!
She is being a monster.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting mauled. And I go visit him and go snowboarding. So I got the Max Pass for a couple years. So I've been to basically all the mountains in that area. We go to Steamboat, Vail, Breck. Oh gosh, it's been a while.
Think about it. Crested Butte.
Yep, we went there.
Crested Butte. But yeah, so
Ouch.
I think we're also trying to look for maybe like a family compound. And you know, all of our families around here. My parents are around here.
Yeah.
My grandmother lives up here now. You know, your sister lives in Massachusetts. Mom lives close by, so
Grandma.
it's tough to just move, you know, because we're all around all this family. So, you know, granted we don't see them as much, you know, now, but you know, it's one of those things we want to stay close by while we can. So.
But yeah. Someday we'll retire or whatever, you know, like and 30 or 40 years from now, and then all bets are off.
Yeah, then the goal is like ranch.
Yeah, we're gonna
like
go
100,
wild.
200 acres, rescuing all kinds of what's my cow? Highland.
Yeah, the teddy bear cows.
Teddy bear cows. That's the move. Yeah.
I'm just getting mauled by this puppy. She's got to do it though. Bite this. She's like, I don't want to. I want to bite you.
Yeah, Highland cows. Oh my gosh.
You take that.
I don't want to. So these are all of our dogs.
Hey, gang's
Peanut sleeping over here.
Gang's all here.
And this is Pepper. This lump. Pepper, you want to say hi?
Oh, full van life. That's so interesting. They said that they've been homesteading, so like the retirement dream is van life.
Mm. Yeah, that'd be cool. Why don't you take these? So anyway.
Pepper, this one, she weighs 165 pounds.
Fully achieved.
Yeah, she's a big beef master.
No. But yeah. But now it's time for bed, so she's grumpy. Even though she's been doing nothing but sleeping for the past 2 years.
Facts.
Yeah. So.
But that's what everybody says, that Great Danes are such great apartment dogs, but it's like really true.
It is.
For 3 years, we lived in 330-ish square feet.
Yep.
With the two OGs.
Yeah, with 300 pounds of dog.
Yeah.
We lived in 330 square feet.
And they just, you know, they're fine. It's nice because we have the yard for them to go run around. But then when they would come inside, it was like they understood, like inside is sleep time, outside is playtime.
And I think one of the reasons why this dog seems like such a monster is because we were so used to lazy Great Danes that we forgot what puppy Great Danes were like, which are puppies.
Right.
So.
And when we had puppy Great Danes, we had two of them.
So they could annoy each other as opposed to
like
us.
how we were just getting bit. Like instead they would just bite each other.
Ow.
How about you?
Anyway.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Can't return her.
Oh, we could.
We're not going to. Right? Peanut and Pebbles.
St. Bernards. I love St. Bernards. The only thing, I love big floofy dogs. What?
I love St. Bernards. You like Newfoundlands.
I do like also like are they Newfoundlands? Oh.
So Pepper just stands on the, what's that called?
Landing.
The landing, and just growls at us to go to bed.
She's like beckoning. Guys, it's bedtime. Somebody come snuggle me.
Yeah. So insecure.
Oh, she's such a good girl, though.
Is she?
Listen,
She used to not like Pepper that much.
that's not true.
That is absolutely true.
The drooly. I think the drooly is why we went with. Well, I mean, why I love Great Danes, but something that helps push me towards Great Danes away from Newfies or St. Bernards is the drool. Like there was somebody who used to come to the dog park and she'd have like a fanny pack full of towels. And like whenever her dog would get excited, she'd just come and like give him a wipe and then like send him back on his way. He was a drooler.
Yeah.
So.
And these guys just drool what they drink. Not like
Or when they're really excited.
really excited.
Yeah.
Foaming.
Right. And Peanut gets the leg. Yeah. Dangerous.
Yep.
Okay. You think we're good?
Yeah.
So we've been live for an hour, so I think we're gonna wrap. We totally appreciate anybody who came and watched and hung with us.
Thank you very much.
Sorry we missed a chunk of questions and.
Yeah. But if you really have any questions, you can send us an email to oldreadingfarm@gmail.com. Or you can hit us up on Instagram at oldreadingfarm.
And whoever said that they didn't have garlic or needed garlic, like.
Yeah, send us an email.
Send us a note and we'll send you some.
We can probably share some garlic with you.
Definitely could share some garlic with anybody who wants some. We bought too much, and this time tomorrow we're probably going to be like licking our wounds after.
So, if you guys want some plantain garlic, send us an email.
Yeah.
Or hit us up on.
Oh yeah, Field Family, you came in a tiny bit late. Not that you were late. We
bought 10 pounds of garlic to plant.
10 pounds of seed garlic, so we have too much right now.
Yeah.
And it's also, I mean, it's December, so like we're past planting time. The ground is probably frozen, so if you need some garlic, we're your people.
Yeah. The puppy just threw one of my tools on the ground. That's why I'm like, what is she even doing? Anyway, that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yep.
Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. Catch you next time. How do I end this? That's not it.
Bye.
Oh, there's the X. I'll figure it out eventually. There we go. Thank you.